Oh hi, it's Squeezy. So in today's video I just want to talk about sex. I feel like I talk about sex all the time anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about weird places. You know, we've all had sex, so some of these places probably had sex there, some of them you haven't because you're not at my level of where weird places to have sex. So the first weird place to have sex is obviously the park, okay? But I'm not talking about the park as normal. I'm talking about park when it snowed. That's a weird place to have sex, okay? So around December 2015, my ex was feeling very horny because she was a slag. We were just taking a walk in the snow and then she said, can we shag here? It was a park, it was all snow and muddy, and then yeah, so we shagged in the snow and it was very cold, but she said that my dick kept her warm, which I'm very proud of till this day. And she died there. She died obviously, but she died of hypothermia after 2 weeks. But yeah, I'll miss her. I'll probably shag her when I go to hell. She never went to hell. You cannot have sex in the snow and then die 2 weeks after and go to heaven. God cannot accept that, obviously. But yeah, that was a weird place for me to have sex. It was just so muddy, man. It was just like she had snow in her vagina. It was everywhere, and it was just so cold, man. Like I remember my dick was freezing. It was too cold. Obviously, too much detail. I'm gonna try to keep it PG, but it's just too much pain. So that's a weird place to have sex. Don't have sex in the park in winter when it snowed. Do not do that. Your dick and balls will freeze and blow up, bro. Yo, I had to put my dick on a heater, bro. When I go home, it was freezing. Oh my days. And I don't know, she probably put like a water bottle inside her vagina, because it was very wide. Yeah, she probably put 2 water bottles in there. I bet 5 water bottles would fit. She was just so wide, man. But moving on. Another weird place to have sex is in obviously your girl's parents' room. That's just weird. You do not do things like that. So here's a funny story. So me and my ex, again that ex, before actually she died of hypothermia, she was a weird girl. She was right to have sex in weird places. So one day I got over to her house. Her bed was messy. I swear to God, it had like spank on it. Her bed had spank on it, but you know, like when you really need sex and you don't want to ask about anything like that, like why is there spank on your bed if I haven't been with you 2 weeks? I wasn't gonna ask that, because then we would have argued and she would have told me she was cheating. I just wanted to have sex, so I said, oh, just forget it, just pretend you didn't see anything. So I'm like, we can't do it in this bed, and it's like, oh, we can do it in my parents' bed. So we go over to do it in our parents' bed, and yeah, and then obviously we shagged in our parents' bed. It stank weird, it stank old because our parents were like 66 and stuff like that, and it just stank weird. Obviously, it was so weird, and they had like weird mattresses and they had like weird bed sheets that, you know, when they're too slippery. And I remember I was shagging her and like I was looking at our parents' picture, and I remember like I was looking at our parents' pictures shagging her, and now like in the picture I looked at the picture, I was like, yeah, I am shagging your girl, you stupid people. You know what I mean? So it was one of those, so it was semi-weird. It stank really, like old people stink. I don't want to get old. It really stank, man, but I was so desperate that day. Another weird place to have sex is obviously in space. So I don't know if you know this, but I've actually been to space. When I was 5, I was actually born in space. My mom was born in space. My mom was walking around in space, and then some random sperm came and fell inside her, because everything just floats in space. So that's how my mom gave birth to me, and then that's how she got pregnant, and then she gave birth to me in space. So at some point I had to shag something in space, and I landed on this alien. So when I landed on this alien, me and the alien shagged. We shagged in space. My dick kind of froze and I had to cut it off after that, but it grew back after, because the alien had superpowers and it provided me with the superpowers to help my dick grow again. And yeah, that was also a weird situation. I'll never have sex in space, because what happened is that once you take your suit off, the dick freezes and it breaks and stuff, like it becomes like a Medusa dick, and it's just weird. So yeah, but luckily she had superpowers after she made my dick hard again, which was great. So, but never have sex in space, because your dick will turn into Medusa dick. Moving on. Another weird place to have sex is at a funeral. So I was at a funeral, I was depressed. My ex had died of hypothermia, and you know, like when you're sad but then you get horny like rapid, and you just like, you need to shag something. And I feel like the best way to get to remember having sex with my ex was to shag her best friend, and then yeah, I'll be shagged and there, but then I kept seeing my real girlfriend's dead body like there, like, you know, when you're shagging, I don't know if it was such a dead beat that I feel like I was shagging my actual dead girlfriend's body, but I just feel like, yeah, so that was weird. So never please have sex at funerals, because you feel like you're shagging a dead body that's actually being buried. Luckily for me, it was my ex, so it was actually a bit normal. But imagine your dad's dead and you're shagging someone, you think you're shagging your dad, which is kind of messed up. People don't do that anymore, okay? You do not go around here shagging your dad. It's just messed up. It's incest level 10,000. Another weird place to have sex is in Salford. Now, I don't know if you know where Salford is, but it's some place in Manchester, in the UK, in Europe, on Earth. In case aliens watch this video, hi. Yeah, so Salford is this messed up place, and when you have sex with someone, they know each other, so you can't really cheat in Salford because girls know each other. So you cheat on this, so you shag this girl, then try to shag another girl from Salford, and then before you know it, they're all related. It's like everyone's related, man. It's just messed up. So you don't have sex in Salford as well. And also because Salford people, most people in Salford have STDs, so you have to stay away from them. The reason why Salford starts with an S is because the S was from STDs. The STDs were too many that they had to give them a name. They had to give Salford a name that starts with the same letter as STDs. I hope I've been helpful, and I've told you some of the weird places to have sex and some of the places to stay away. So just don't have sex at the funeral. It's just messed up. And yeah, peace.